All right, let's look at a few one-offs right here. So we only have you guys will probably end up underneath here. Look, first off, newer white belts, Cassandra, and this stuff, just stick with what we've been showing. Some of the other guys, this is some of the stuff I do. And a lot of it's trickery. It's throwing guys off. They're used to a certain pattern of pattern recognition. Of I do this, they do that, and they know that. So look, because my neck's jacked up and I don't have the strength, I'm not good at this. Let me get this on. See, I'm not good at that. I'm not good at this and flaring. I just don't have it in my shoulder. So instead, what I do is I come around the head. I pummel the head, right? And the whole idea is that wherever I can get the top of his head to go, his weight goes. So I do that, and I bump, and I get this here too. So right here, I'm blocking his hip. I'm blocking his head. Okay? So I have two options here. One is pretty basic. I can almost kind of lift his body weight up as I escape down. Here, towards the head, and I'm out. That's pretty easy, right? Kids do that.
That's just a scramble, right?
Yeah. The one I use most is here. I start creating space. I just shift my hips to the left, and look, I put my hand on my knee. And this is, again, out of necessity because I don't have the strength to really get the pummel. So I use my leg to kind of create the space I need, right? So the space between my elbow here and with my knee and my hips, it's almost like a diamond between my hip, my armpit, my elbow, and my hand meeting my knee. But I'm creating the space I need. So with that space there, now with this head moving, I've got enough space to boom, get this in. This one goes high, guys. And the minute I'm here, look, I'm extending. Every time I do this, this is available. You would be amazed how many times I end up in triangle or omoplata, or if they start to posture up here, right to lasso guard. Okay? So, for higher level guys or guys who are on the verge of being higher, have been doing jiu-jitsu a while, I had this conversation with the guys last night. John Fab asked something, and I was like, you got to remember that if someone, I'm in a bad spot, especially Steven's on me. He's super tight here, heavy. I'm going to have to use everything at my disposal to get to a neutral position. So someone asked, well, when you finally escape and I get here, do I try to get my butterfly hooks in? Do I try to hit something? I was like, no. If I've been down underneath him for a while and he's had a dominant position to exploit it, when I get to some place like here, I am taking lasso guard, which is why I go here. Because the minute I throw people in lasso, it stops them in their tracks. They got to stop and think about what's going on. And now I can kind of regain my composure, regain my breath. I've been underneath someone forever and try to think things through and kind of reset. And then once I reset, I can start coming back and playing whatever I guard. But sometimes you're getting your butt kicked for such a long period of time that when you start regaining it, don't regain into something that's fluid for both him and you. Regain into something that allows you to kind of reset and kind of get back on track and then start opening up a little. That's why I like out of a position like this, I already know my entry into lasso from bottom half guard, bottom side control, which seems weird, but not really, because if you're in bottom side control, you've been getting your butt kicked. So I need to get to a spot where I can just stop everything and start the momentum in the other direction. So again, we're here, boom, I'm one under.
Plus Steven likes warm hugs.
Look, this one, I do hold him to me. I hold him to me a little bit. Sometimes I hold him to me because I want him to try to posture up a little bit. He'll fight that, and then I get the space I need. All I need is my knee in. Once my knee's in, I'm creating the space and heavy on the back, right? So if I don't go lasso, if he doesn't posture up to lasso, I'm already attacking omoplata, gogoplata, whatever it is that, whatever YouTube video you've watched, and maybe pull something out of that position. So let's play with that, right? It's 2 underhooks. You don't have to worry about north-south chokes. The only time you have to worry about north-south choke is when he starts rotating. This elbow's got to come to this side of my head for north-south. So the minute he does that, too late. I'm out. Boom. Okay? So let's play around with that a little. It's not that I want you to get married to this technique. Let's mess around with this, and I have one more little trick. All right, let's look at one other trick. You can all use this one. This one, you can use this for a few different positions. So it's kind of the same. This is for sure a trick, but it's a good one. Sometimes when you're stuck, if we're even in the same spot, look, all I need is his south hand underneath on this side of the hip. Okay? So now he's here. Okay? Look, again, I'm creating the space. It feels like everyone's confused here. Look, they're parallel. They're together right now, right? I need to create space between my hip and my elbow. This frame that I'm going to build allows me to with very little effort. Okay? That's the idea. Versus here. I'm never going to create space here. If he wants to stay tight, keep this knee tight, I'm not going to be able to wing out his body weight away from me. So I need to put my hand, and I'm not actually moving him back. I'm creating space away from him when I create that frame. Okay? Here. Now I can maintain it just by bracing off my knee. My leg is stronger than my shoulder. Okay? So I'm here, but now look, for whatever reason he's too tight and I can't get in. So instead what I'm going to do is create a little space, grab my foot, and guide it in. Once it's in, look, once it's in, this is important. It's not enough. You're not going to be able to push him back with your foot. It's a lot of pressure through your leg. Instead, I'm going to really pummel over my body. And look, it shifts his weight off me. And now I'm extending, getting in the same attacks. Boom.
But again, when you're pummeling his face, you're not pushing him away, you're almost pushing yourself away from him.
Both. On this one I am pushing him
A little
away.
bit of both?
This one I am pushing away because it's in that tipping point. Then when I get my foot inside the guard, he's staying pressure, so I need just a little space and I'm guiding it in. So he's still solid here. What I need to do is his body weight's still pretty, it's across my body weight. So he's still doing a good job of keeping me down. But if I can move his head 6 inches, then his body weight, it shifts dramatically, it changes dramatically, and now I'm not carrying his weight anymore. So when I'm here, look, now my hips are free, I'm not carrying his body weight. So now I can begin to attack here. Okay. Boom, here, boom, here, and start to come through a triangle, whatever. Okay, so you're just guiding your foot. Everything starts to create a little space, grabbing your outside foot, getting it in. Once it's in, pummel over the head and escape your hips. And now he's off. It'll be a scramble, is what will typically happen. Because they know they lost it, and they're going to let go and try to reestablish, and then you're going to have to deal with that. So let's play around with that just a minute or two. And so that, that applies. Again, we've done that from top, side control, grabbing your foot, guiding it to mount, those kind of things. Same principle.